Hey guys, and welcome back to another Touchline Video League Talk edition. As usual, before we get started, hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe. As you can see, Anthony is not with us today. He's a bit sick. Some say he's lying, but maybe he wanted to get off the pot.
What's the odds on the sports bet market that he's actually not sick?
I reckon $1.
I reckon $1.10.
Yeah, $1.10.
I think very cheap. 50 cents.
Yeah, 50 cents. It's like there's rumors saying that he's just wanted the day off today.
Nah, he's actually sick. Poor Anthony, bro. But
he's pretty sick today. Actually, it all started from Saturday. We had dinner and then he just went home, and from then he's just been not feeling the best. So
he wanted a day off again. So
who knows?
Or he wanted the week off from work.
Hopefully he comes to the game with us this week.
No, I think he should be. Like, we just FaceTime. He looks a bit better, but. Yeah, because
but Anthony Bashara's timeline, he could get better he could get better the first week, bro, but he will take a month off.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, hopefully Anthony recovers well, and hopefully he'll be there for the Dogs game this week.
Boys, let's get straight into it. Round 26.
Okay, the special guest for this week for the Touchline Tip. Finally, we've got him on. Is Jason David. Loving the content, Jason, man, on TikTok and Instagram, man. Shout out him. Very passionate Dogs fan, and yeah, he's the guest for this week. First game, Cowboys and Melbourne. Well, the lineups are out actually, and Melbourne have 11 players.
This is the first time, one of the first times, or one of the few times we record a podcast after the time.
Exactly,
team list.
But yeah, they have 11 players out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Hughes,
12,
Grant, 12 players out. Yeah. I was waiting for the lineup, and I think Cowboys will get the win. I think at home, Clifford coming off from a great performance against Who did they smash the other week? Cowboys.
Raiders.
Raiders, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think they're full of confidence. Coming from a bye, Melbourne resting players. I think it's Cowboys all day.
Yeah, when you put it that way, I'm gonna tip. I still can't go past Storm, man. Storm gonna take it.
Yeah,
I just got a gut feeling.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys. I just think they're fighting for, to stay in top 8, potentially fighting for top 4. Melbourne have nothing to really fight for now. They've got the minor premiers wrapped done. So I feel maybe Bellamy could tell them, just take it easy, don't go full out. We want to keep everyone fit. And yes, I know a lot of players are gone, but even those backup players they want to keep them fresh in case anything happens.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm going Cowboys.
But don't be surprised, bro.
No, Melbourne can win.
Melbourne still got Munster. They still got Pappenhausen.
Yeah,
they still got like a few key players there. But yeah, obviously the majority of their team's not there.
Yeah.
What are your opinions on that? But do you think Storm should rest their players?
I was reading. I think it was Buzz. He said it puts a bad image on the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, in what way would you say it's like ruining the game?
You're supposed to show up every week. You're supposed to show up every single week for the fans and for the rugby league sport in the way, almost as if you got to give the fans their money's worth, bro. These fans are going to a game expecting a good rugby league match. Now you just giving them probably like a one-sided match. Cowboys could blow them out of the park in their home ground because it is in Queensland.
Resting like too many players can really they can get hammered, and that ruins the confidence of the team.
It's you got to think of it as a fan.
Yeah,
but look, I think fans will understand the reasoning why they're resting players. So I think, would you rather, if it was Dogs fans or anyone, would you play a strong team and say during those 2 weeks, say Critter, Fox, whatever the key players get injured, you're gonna say, I wish we rested them.
Yeah, I think it's important to rest
There's
players.
pros and cons.
It's important to rest players, and you have 24. For example, it's took them 25 games to wrap up the minor premiers. So you play those players from round 1 to 24, and then it's fine to rest them for the last.
No, I get it. Yeah. I get it from a club perspective, bro. Like, Bellamy did the right thing. He's a very experienced coach. He knows what he's doing by resting 12 players. But at the same time, you got to see it from the fan who hasn't been, or who doesn't have the chance to go to games, who doesn't have the luxury to go to games. Maybe that's his first game. Maybe that's the only game he can go to all year. You're expecting to go to a great rugby league match, a good contest. I'm not saying this won't be a good contest. Who knows, bro, again. But at the same time, man, you got to think of it from a business side of things and from a fan side of things, man. Like, again, bro, you want to go to a game. You want to watch a good game of rugby league. You want to watch an even game of rugby league. You don't want to watch a game where it isn't 50-50.
Yeah, fair point, man. Look, like I said, there's...
You know what, Buzz? Shut up, Buzz, bro. Like, this is the only smart thing he
today
said.
that it's could be ruining the game. But yeah, Anthony went Melbourne, and also Jason David has tipped Cowboys.
Okay.
Next game, Dogs and Manly.
Yeah, this should be a good game. I think it's going to get like 35,000 fans apparently.
40, I think
40,000. Yeah. Some are saying 27,000. So there's not an exact number, but it's going to be packed out. That's one thing we know. I think with Stephen Crichton out, I don't think it is a big blow, but we've played without him and we've still managed to win. So I think the Bulldogs are building confidence. 5 wins out of 5. And yeah, I don't think Manly, yes, they'll cause a problem for us, but I think we're just in hot form right now that we'll beat them.
Yeah. Onto your point about Crichton, I think the percentage of, I don't know if you saw the percentage of wins with Crichton and without Crichton is higher without for the Doggies.
Wow.
66%. I mean, it is 2 wins to one
yeah.
loss. And then, you know.
But it shows that we can win without him.
So it shows that, yeah, so statistically, we can get it done.
And
Because don't forget, Broncos, Brisbane versus the Bulldogs, we had no Adakar, no Critter that game, and we still blew them out at the park.
Yeah.
Adakar was injured. Critter
was out.
Injured?
He wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing, but what was
I don't know what the...
I think it was injured. You remember that time where his hand, he couldn't...
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So we can get it done in enemy territory. Now we're playing at home. Against Manly, we're still undefeated at home. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Last 2 games, I think Dogs take it.
And
all
even
day.
Skelton gets back into the lineup. Possibly Kiros goes center, then Skelton wing, and maybe that'll be the last time we see him in the Bulldogs jersey, Skelton, because he's a great talent.
Kiraz is center.
Yeah. Of course, myself going Bulldogs, Anthony and Jason David also going Bulldogs. Next game, Panthers and Rabbitohs. Now, Panthers are in the top 4 race conversation now.
That's
Who
crazy.
would have thought, like, minor premiers chance of getting a 2-3 weeks ago against Melbourne. But yeah, it's crazy that they're in the top 4 race, man.
And look, some saying Rabbitohs win. Look, as
I
much
don't
as
see
a
that
Bulldogs fan,
happening.
I'm a Bulldogs fan. I want Rabbitohs to win, but Panthers, man, they're gonna get it.
What happened to that team? I get it. No Cleary, no win. I always said it.
Injuries.
But, bro, that's 2 losses in a row for this
You
team.
think about, I think most of their losses have come from state of origin duties.
Yeah.
So you say that's 2 to 3 losses, and this one they should have not lost against Raiders. I know Raiders they need a win if they want any chance of top 8. But Panthers, the level they're on, man, they should have not lost the way they did against Raiders. But I think
you got to tip Panthers.
they're gonna bounce back.
Yeah, you
easily.
have to, man.
Anthony also Panthers and Jason David Panthers. Another big game: Dragons and Parramatta Eels. One team trying to challenge for the top 8 and one the wooden spoon.
Yeah,
That's
you
who
going
you
for?
got.
Yeah,
that's how
who
you got. That's right. Sorry. Okay, we'll start off with Anthony's one since he's not here. I'll read it out. So Anthony's went 30-20 Dragons win. I've went 32-14 Dragons win. Bill, what did you go?
I went 18-24 Dragons win.
Oh yeah, and then I went. Shabel went 28-16 Dragons win. We'll go on to anytime try scorer. Anthony's went Zach Lomax. I've also went Zach Lomax. Bill,
I went Gutho.
and I went
Shabel and
Jaden
Jaden Sewer. Yep. Now let's move on to first try scorer. Anthony's went Sevo. I've went Gutherson. Bills went
Zach Lomax.
and Shabel's also went first try scorer. Zach Lomax.
Yeah.
Man of the match. Anthony's went Ben Hunt. I've went Zach Lomax.
I went Tyrell Sloan.
Tyrell Sloan, and Shabel's went Jacob Little. And finally, for bold prediction, Anthony's went Dragons to score 2 late tries to win the game. I'm going Zach Lomax to score a hat trick.
Try to be scored in under a minute after kickoff
That's gonna be imagine that.
Imagine that.
of either half.
Okay, yeah. So
You got a feeling?
So after
So either first half or second half.
second
Yeah,
half,
that's
yeah.
a good one.
okay, and Shabel's going Lomax, Sevo, Penasini, Sua, and Tupalutu.
Oof, bro.
Yeah,
So it's
try
going-
my luck.
Far
That's
out.
sort of a bet for me.
Yeah,
Plus,
so-
any
Talk
money.
about odds on a sports bet
Yeah,
multi.
I know. Imagine
You get
getting
paid
that.
out good, eh?
Imagine that.
You might get paid
I
at
wonder what
61.
it
Someone
is.
should
Look,
check that.
I'm not going to put it, but I want to actually see what it would be if I was to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go next game. Dolphins and Broncos. Broncos, Dolphins battling for the top 8 right now. And top 8, you've also got
Knights.
Dragons involved, Knights and Raiders involved.
Yeah.
So it could go either way. Broncos got Payne Haas back into the team. And Dolphins got a full strength team. I'm tipping the Dolphins to win this one.
I think Dolphins, man. Look, we've seen under Wayne Bennett. Yes, they're on a losing streak. I think it's 3-4. Broncos coming off from back-to-back wins, but I don't know. I've got a strange feelings that Broncos, a lot of people are expecting them to win, and Dolphins, no one's taking them seriously. And I just got a feeling that they'll get the 2 points.
Yeah, I'm tipping Bennett's Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going that. Anthony is tipping Brisbane Broncos, and Jason David is also going for Broncos.
Okay.
Next game, we've got Sharks and Warriors. Now, this is going to be an interesting one because
Yeah.
as Dogs fans, and not only Dogs fans, Panthers, they would rather want Sharks to lose. And Warriors, considering it's Sean Johnson's last game, there's something to play for to make sure Johnson leaves on a high. But for me, as much as I don't want to say it, I think Sharks will get the win. I think they're going to be too good. They're on a 4 winning streak. Us and Dogs are the most informed teams right now in the competition. But yeah, Nico Hines is on the reserves actually, so he could be a surprise return this week. I'm going Sharks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Warriors. Again for the fact that we need them to win, but second of all, as you said, Sean Johnson's last game, send him out on a high. Warriors did beat Sharks last time at Shark Park. It was like that 30-28 when Nico Hines missed that last minute kick from the sidelines. And I don't know. I just feel Warriors can get the win, and Sharks with the Eagles next week. So this is our perfect chance to get into the top 4. And again, about our, we all predicted Dogs 4th, and I still think we're going to get that 4th spot right on the end of the game. So yeah, I'm going Warriors to win this one.
Yeah, hopefully it is the Warriors. Hopefully that is the case. And I still think Dogs will finish 4. But I think Sharks, I don't know why, I think Sharks take it.
Because think about it, if we want to get 4th, we can win one game. And they lose one game, but we need to smash the team, either Manly or Cowboys.
Yeah,
That's the only way.
So it's either going to go by points or points difference.
What a great last game for Sean Johnson.
Yeah, it's a good
against his former club.
Against his former club, and he was good there.
Wasn't there? Was there talks of this being a Sean Johnson Cup? Because I remember, I think it was Guru. Guru put up a post to say this will be a perfect opportunity.
Sean
His current club, his Warriors, his
former club too,
and his former club. A cup, and
who knows?
Ended off on a high note.
Are they like?
I don't know if it ended up happening.
I was watching the Levels Network, and they were saying that they thought Sean Johnson wouldn't play. They thought Webster would say, you know what, you had your moment in the last game at Mount Smart. They try and get that number 7 who's going to replace him, get him to play his first game. I don't know what they were on.
Stupid. Yeah, that's stupid.
I don't know what they were on about. I was like, what the heck are they saying? This is his last game. What, you're going to bring someone in just to see how it's going to go?
That's definitely for the views, man.
For sure, 100%. Because surely he plays his last
Anthony
game,
and Jason David also going for Sharks.
Yeah,
second last game, Knights and Titans.
Yeah, Knights.
Knights.
Titans in bad form. I'm going Knights as well as Anthony and Jason David. Last game, Roosters.
Roosters.
Yeah, gotta go Roosters.
Yeah, Roosters.
Yeah.
Okay, they're on a hot
There's
form
big
right
games this week, actually. It's going to be a good week of footy. Top 4, top 8 race, so it's going to be good. But now we'll talk about the Bulldogs. Stephen Crichton's been banned. One game he's missing. And of course, Webster was having his thoughts about the game on the Bulldogs Warriors, saying that he should be sin bin. First of all, we'll talk about that. Do you think it was the right decision not to sin bin him? Graham Ainsley came out and said he should have got sin bin.
I think it's right. I think he should have got binned in the game. As a Dogs fan, I'd say that.
Yeah.
But do you boys think?
Go ahead.
For me, I think yes, because shoulder, hit his shoulder.
It's a contact to the head.
I don't think there was any malice, and I think Stephen Crichton just stood his ground. There was no force where he went in.
Well, he did come in with his shoulder.
If you see, he literally moved to the side, and Tuivasa Sheck head comes into him. I still think it's a sin bin because his shoulder. It's a shoulder charge, but I don't think there's any force in it and malice. But if I'm gonna say it's a sin bin.
Nah, what are you saying, Shovel?
I agree with Samuel. I think during the game I was watching, and I said, like, of course the game we're in right now, it's contact to the head. No matter what it is, if it's soft to that, it's a sin bin. And looking at it, it is a sin bin. But in my opinion, I think it's a bit harsh because I don't think, like Samuel said, there wasn't like force on it and pressure. It's not like he's came in with full power and pressure. So it's 50-50. I know why it is a sin bin, but in my eyes, I don't know. It's just a bit harsh.
I think it's they're more mad about the fact that it's very inconsistent.
Yeah,
that's what it is, man. Because Murray, I think it was the
Cameron Murray, yeah.
Cameron Murray, and then Jared Hargreaves, got
this week,
I think he's got 3 weeks now.
He's off for 3 weeks.
3 weeks
facing it. Yeah.
So like the consistency then, and there's also talks about the bunker now. Now Andrew Abdo has said that he's going to review the bunker, and at the end of the year, and just maybe filter out all the bad things up in the bunker and bring in the good. But yeah, bro, I think Crichton knows he's taken he thinks he's guilty. He's taken the guilty plea. Yeah. So, bro, it's one of those, man, where it's a consistency thing.
And talking about the inconsistency of the ref and Buzz confirming that Vlandis and Andrew Abdo has confirmed that there's a possibility of them improving the football department and the bunker system. And for me, I think this is the perfect time. After the season, we've seen lots of bad calls in this season's 2024, and I think they need to improve and just to be consistent, like confirm and assure teams what is a high contact, what is a sin bin. Because if we can improve that, the game's going to be so much better.
Yeah.
So what's contact to the head, the slightest touch, that's sin bin. And people know, like the fans will know that no matter what, it's a sin bin, so we're all sure.
And I think they've got to, make, high tackles in the penalties, for example, like justified, for example, we see many times players slip and the contact.
Yeah,
they should know, look, okay, he slipped, he's went low, and of course the arm's going to hit him on the face. So they should take that in consideration. Okay, we're not going to, yes, we'll give it a penalty, But no sin bin, no
It's not
send off
worthy
for
of
that,
sin
no
bin.
report
Yeah.
because it's an accident.
Yeah.
And he said, but it's an accident. So I think these things are got to take into consideration because I think they can really make the game better and they can make it make us fans not get angry at when decisions don't go
But
away.
the real question is, who is making these judgments up in the bunker now? The bunker right now has 8 people determining
That's
a result.
Yeah, that's too much.
Talk about how the inconsistency. Imagine like one person say that's a try. You say it's
Yeah,
not a try,
it's confusing.
and 3 of them say it's a try, and whatever. And another person say it's a no
just
try.
need 2, I
It
reckon.
just convinces the person making that decision, that final decision, that it confuses them. That's
think
what I'm trying to say.
two's a good number.
I think it's quality over quantity, man.
Exactly.
If you have like always said it, I think I've said on a previous pod, you have a former player, you have a fan, and you have a proper officiator, like a referee in there. But just 3 people, I think
that's a great
3
way.
people is enough in that bunker to determine a result.
Yeah.
And I think that's all you need. And I think everyone will be happy. The fans will be happy. Players will be happy. Coaches will be happy because all you see now is coaches talking shit about the bunker and the referees and the fans going off their head. And then Billy Slater coming on
Gus had
podcasts. Billy Slater going on podcasts saying, defending the referees. Like, this would all be filtered out if you had a good bunker system and some good officiating and some good consistent officiating.
And even not only that, not only high contact, but the one 2 weeks ago, the field goals and the ruck infringement. What is it? The blockage.
Yeah.
When Knights took the field goal and even Sharks, I think they need to get that sorted next year because that costs Ponga and Knights 2 points.
Yeah.
Because if they had won that last week, they could have been in the top 8 comfortably right now.
Yeah.
So again, there's many areas. I still think forward pass, like overruling it, should be something they should be focusing on.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're not taking this seriously. It's been an issue for the past decade, and hopefully they get that sorted out. And key areas.
It starts from the bunker, bro.
Yeah.
It's from there, bro.
And I think getting a player like you said, I think that would be very good for the game.
And I think with them now, of course, first year going Las Vegas, this is going to be their second year. They've got to fix these rules up, tighten up so they brand their sport well, they can market it properly, and American fans who are getting used to the game know the rules because if they're going to get confused, they'll switch off and not watch it anymore.
Bro, the referees don't even know the game.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
think about it, look, what sport doesn't have problems and issues? It's just about being consistent. You might have one bad call in like every 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But not every week where it's happening in the NRL especially. So we need to fix that ASAP, man, to make this game better.
Yeah, and again, I think the problem with forward pass, why they don't do it is because sometimes forward passes are hard to, determine. Sometimes they don't have the funds to get in the, the technology. For example, in Premier League, how they have the high class technology that can determine when someone's offside.
I reckon angles can.
Yeah, angles
We've
can.
seen on camera angles, you can see that it's a clear forward.
The clear, obvious ones, they should. But there's sometimes very tight ones where they can't. So I think the most important one, bring it into, get the ones that are clear, obvious. For example, like that Reece Walsh one back last year against Warriors, the biggest forward. They didn't pick up on it. People, you can say that built the momentum for the Broncos. Not saying Warriors would have won it, but it's costing teams, big moments. And forward pass is a big rule in the NRL. So if you're not checking that up in the bunker, like I don't know.
That's
what
why I
you can
agree.
do with
Like,
it.
why is every incident, every call is like taken seriously on, but forward pass, really confuses me. It doesn't make sense.
It's one of the most easiest
thing to call.
things to call.
Exactly, and I don't know why they never check it.
Yeah,
bro.
man. Well,
confusing.
look, let's talk about Sam Walker now. Surprisingly, Roosters haven't offered him a new contract. He's available to talk to clubs on November 1. Do you think he stays, or do you think there's a chance he goes to Broncos or something?
Well,
Nah, he has to stay.
Well, he's what's called by November 1, he'll be able to talk to many clubs. You look at Broncos, rumors about Adam Reynolds is going to be the long-term halfback. It could be his last year. So Sam Walker could, again, if Roosters don't want him, he's going to be joining there, say, around 2026. You got Cowboys, Chad Townsend has left. Jake Clifford has been the replacement. But again, is he going to be that consistent halfback for Cowboys? For me, I think he's a good player, but I don't think he can be consistent. Sam Walker is a consistent player. Great kicker in the game, conversion kicker. So I think Sam Walker, I think he should be staying at Roosters. I think Roosters have so much money to like really spend, and I don't know why they're just letting players go for fun. Like Chad Townsend is coming back next year. Sandon Smith is potentially going to be the halfback, or Chad Townsend, one of those players. So it's just really confusing why Roosters are just letting players go and really not getting any replacement.
They should, with what's Sam Walker, like He's been their best player. He's just a natural halfback. He knows what he's doing. He's a very good player. He's done many chip and chases.
Young.
I think against the Eels he did it for Tupanua. He's such a good player, and maybe the Roosters are just trying to deal out with their finances and trying to make sure they offer him the right money, or they're thinking of really moving him on, which would be a dumb move because he's really helped that team and been one of the factors to why they're good. But I really see him, if worst case, moving to Broncos. He's a Queenslander. He'll go back home. And
Even Cowboys
Broncos need a 7 if Adam Reynolds, he's injury prone. He should retire. He should be done. And Sam Walker's the best replacement. He will bring Broncos back to where they
Nah,
need to be.
you need Sam Walker at the Roosters, man. And to
yeah.
your point, bro, how good has he been this
Yeah,
year?
he's been
crazy.
Been very good, bro. And I feel like it'll be one of the greatest misses in Roosters, the club's
Exactly,
history
yeah.
if they let him go, because this guy's still young. Don't forget, he's only like what, 22.
23, yeah, something like that.
So, yeah,
22,
bro,
yeah.
like he's a very young half. You could imagine how he's gonna be in 10 years' time.
Exactly, bro.
He's gonna be. I think he's gonna be one of the greatest, bro.
He could be, but like
Yeah.
people, like even when he first burst into the scene, people said this kid is something special, and not a lot of youngsters like perform the way he does. And my only concern for Roosters, if they let him go, it's going to be a massive blow, because Mitchell Moses, yes, there's rumors that he's going to, again, linked with the Roosters, but do I see him joining? Probably not, because of that relationship with Isaac Moses and Politis. You've got Chad Townsend that signed a 1-year deal. He's getting old. He's probably going to retire next year. Sandon Smith, yes, he's young, but is he really the halfback you need to go forward and win a premiership? And I think Sam Walker's the perfect solution for them.
Yeah, it's crazy that this news even came up, man. I wouldn't think that.
Well, the
Yeah.
contract is stalled right now. I think he will sign it, but
Yeah.
again, like we said, it's
And
just rumors
I
right now.
think all Roosters fans would want him to stay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think you'd find one that wanted to leave, because again, he's been.
Because there's not many young halves they can say like they're gonna carry my club to a premiership.
No, you're right,
Like the NRL is struggling to find like that good young half
Very
that's gonna
limited.
carry the NRL to the future.
And not only that, there's not a lot of halfbacks on the market
That's
right
what
now.
I'm saying, yeah,
Only
yeah.
Mitchell Moses, of course. I think Munster will say, what's it called at Melbourne. Hughes will stay at Melbourne. So very, very limited in the
Yeah,
competition
there's
right
not
now.
going to be a lot of big
No.
movements, because everyone's contracted, and there's even props. You can't find props out there that you can buy. So it's a bit of a hassle for clubs that need players.
It's crazy how this wouldn't be. I don't think this would be a conversation back in the day. Like as in a struggle to find halves,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Why? But why, bro?
It's
But
a bit weird.
is it the junior system? Are they not developing these great players, or like what do you think is the reason why there isn't? I know I'm just throwing this question out there, but because bro, I always thought this, bro. Why do we always hear that? Like, oh, there's no young half on the market that can carry a team, and this and that. Every club's struggling in that way. But why is it a question?
Yeah.
I think you look at the teams like Roosters, Melbourne, and Panthers. They've been the most dominant for the past 10 years. There was this stat about minor premiers. These are the 3 teams I've won it for the past 10 years. And I feel because they've been so dominant, these teams, and even in that period of 2021 where you had Manly, Roosters, and it was just 5 teams just smashing everyone. Those other teams, their confidence drop. They're struggling. They're performing
That's what I
bad.
was gonna say, actually.
And these number 7s aren't being able to show what they can do, especially in those periods. I think that could be a reason why these teams are overpowered and they're just smashing teams off the park.
Like,
Could be, I
for
don't know,
example, you
it's
talk about
very
that.
hard.
You got Lachlan Lewis, for example, great player, man, and very consistent. But because it was around a losing culture, we barely saw the best of him. You got Clifford at Cowboys. Now he's, like I said before, he's back into the squad. But because of Cowboys he played there 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Because of them not being the best team, that's why you never saw the best of him. So that's the key reason.
I feel like it starts at the grassroots, bro. As in the
could be.
grassroots of rugby, like the junior department, man. I don't feel like there's that one player that I could be talking out of my ass here, but I don't feel like maybe it's just the talent pool, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's just we're in a period where like everyone wants to be a winger. No one can carry a team into the in the
Maybe
half
it's too
position.
hard to
Well,
control.
we look at Panthers. They've got Cleary. He's world class. You look at Melbourne. They've got Hughes, who's a very good player.
But they're like one in like how many?
Yeah, so
you know?
let's look at the Knights, for example. They got 7. Jackson Hastings isn't the best.
Yeah.
You got the Tigers have number
Aiden
7.
Caesar.
Aiden Caesar.
Old.
He's experienced, but he's old. You have Manly Cherry Evans, a very good player.
World class.
World class, but he's getting old too.
Yeah.
So you look at players, Bulldog Sexton, he's building slowly. So there's majority of these teams where I feel some have good halfbacks, but you got others that they're good halfbacks, but they're getting old.
Yeah.
There's only a few selected, and it comes from those 3 teams I mentioned: Panthers, Roosters, and Melbourne, where they have the best 7s in the game.
And quickly not about the youth academy, but maybe the halfbacks is it because we're in a like new era? Like you look at Hodkinson back in the days was such a great halfback. You got Cooper Cronk, Thurston, so many elite halfbacks 10 years ago. But maybe now slowly give it 5 more years, and these players will be like well known and.
Yeah, because they were easy to find back then. That's my point, bro. Like these days, like it may be because we're I don't know. Yeah, again, bro. Maybe just we're in a down phase where it's like
eventually
everyone's still developing and whatnot. But
finally, let's just talk about Bronson Xerri quickly. He's been exceptional. He's scoring so many tries right now. I think he's on 11 tries this season. I'm pretty sure
10. I think
10. He's up there as the Bulldogs' leading try scorer. And what a season he's had! Like from where he was with all the issues he's had, it's made him a better player. He even said it's. No, it was someone else saying, I don't wish anyone harm to go through what he went through, but it's a blessing in disguise with how it's developed him, transformed him, and allowed him to be the player he is now because he is smashing it.
He did start the season slow, and I'll be honest, I was one of them that said, I think Xerri shouldn't be starting. I think he just needs to go into the game, slowly grow, because being 4 years out of the competition and considering how much the game has changed, it's going to take time for him to adapt, and who knows what this can do if he comes back and he plays poorly, and that ruins his confidence, and he probably starts to doubt himself if he can do it long term. But yeah, he just, especially the last 2-3 months, he's really clicked form. 10 tries, he's scoring basically every single week. It's just
except for the week I put him on my multi.
Yeah, exactly. And you put him this week, and
he actually scored.
Finally.
Break the drought.
But Xerri, man, he's an incredible player, and if he did start the season well, Amelia Hay put his bold prediction as Xerri as Centre of the Year. If he was performing like this since the start of the year, I reckon he would have got it, because the performances he's been putting has been incredible, man, and he's just going to get better and better.
Yeah, and speaking about Bronson Xerri, I asked someone this question. I can't remember who was one of the boys. I said, would you rather Xerri or Averillo at centre for the Bulldogs? So let's say Averillo stayed. Who would you rather?
I think Averillo is a better fullback than a centre.
Okay.
But because there's a better team around him now, maybe centre would do him well.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm happy with Xerri now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind either. I always was standing up for Averillo. Bro, honestly, as good as Bronson Xerri's been playing, bro, he's proven me wrong.
Yeah.
I said he was going to be great after 4 years, going to come in rusty, get dropped and whatnot, but he's proven all the doubters wrong. I still pick Averillo, but for some reason,
me too.
That kid's something else, bro.
Me too. I think, for example, Xerri, I don't think he will do the best with a bad team.
Yeah.
Averillo was smashing it with
exactly,
such a
bad
team.
Because he was smashing it with a bad team.
Point. Yeah, that's a fair point.
And I think if Averillo was in his team, and good on him, he's doing good at the Dolphins. They're doing good. He's scoring tries. But I think if he stayed at the Bulldogs, Xerri has been good.
Hey, sorry.
He's been smashing
That's a good point, but
Averillo, man, he would have smashed it.
Now imagine if Aaron Sharp stayed.
Oh, and Aaron Sharp.
Now imagine if fucking Aaron Sharp stayed, bro.
His career's wasted.
Bro, that guy had something going with Addo Carr, brother, and we didn't get to see the best of it, bro. We didn't, bro.
If we had kept both Averillo and Sharp, it would have been Kira's Averillo, and then you got Sharp and Fox.
Foxy.
And don't forget, Sharp would have been experienced 2 years extra right now.
Insane, bro.
Yeah,
that was a bad team.
Like, that's a good point you made about Averillo. That in a shit team, he was performing week in, week out.
I feel like that's destroyed Aaron Sharp because you don't hear about him. Like,
yeah.
I think he's
he
injured.
went to Titans and to Manly, but he's not even playing at Manly.
I feel like he wants to be a dog still, man.
He's
he's seen how good the Bulldogs are playing. He wants to be there, bro.
Was he on JBK? Was it
JBK?
Yeah. He even said that he thought he'll be like at the club forever.
I
think that's really affected.
This is like a Josh Reynolds thing. Josh Reynolds, when he left, he felt destroyed. Like he didn't have that motivation to keep on pushing. I think Bulldogs is a passion where he lies, and right now there's no place he can come back in. You've got Crichton and Xerri.
Would he be willing to come back and just fight for his spot again?
Yeah, he can fight.
He has to, man. If he really wants to play good rugby league, man.
I remember how they just got rid of him out of nothing.
Right. Everyone got angry.
It's
about
weird
that.
how
we were still
completely. Yeah, when Bill mentioned it, I never remembered about.
He's like a
hidden memory.
Like we were doing so bad. He was the only light. He was giving Bulldogs fans like hope.
Him and Addo Carr.
Next season they got rid of him. You know, so
that's crazy.
Look, the past is past. We're smashing it now. We're happy, but what could have been?
I want what's best for Aaron Sharp, bro.
Yeah, man.
This guy. What did I say? Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog, man.
He went to Thailand and only played a few say 5 to 10 games.
Bro,
his season's taken, his career's taken.
it's taken a dive.
Yeah, dive. But
Yeah.
anyways, that's a wrap up to League
That
Talk.
was good
A good talk, boys, as usual. Make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.